In this video we are going to find the relation between focal length and the radius of curvature of spherical mirror. So first of all we will define what is focus. सबसे पहले हम लोग फोकस को डिफाइन करने का कोशिश करेंगे. तो हमारे पास ये स्फेरिकल मिरर है. इस स्फेरिकल मिरर में हमने कॉनकेव मिरर को ड्रॉ किया है और इस कॉनकेव मिरर का मान लीजिए यहाँ सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर है C और इसका ये पोल है P. तो एक लाइन जो कि C और P से पास करता है उस लाइन को हम लोग कहते हैं प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस. तो ये हमारा प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस हो गया. अब इस प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस का पैरेलल में कोई भी रे अगर आता है, सो इंसिडेंट रेज कमिंग पैरेलल टू द प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन pass through a point on the principal axis, that point is called focus. So let us consider some rays are coming parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so these rays are coming parallel to the principal axis. So after reflection these rays will pass through a point on the focus. So this is the reflected ray and from there it is the reflected ray. Okay, so these two reflected rays are passing from this point on the principal axis. So this point is focus. So incident rays parallel to the principal axis after reflection pass or appear to come from a point on the principal axis this point is focus. तो हमने यहाँ पे देखा ये फोकस का डेफिनेशन. जैसा कि हम लोग डेफिनेशन में देख रहे हैं, इंसिडेंट रेज पास parallel to the principal axis after reflection pass or appear to come from a point on the principal axis. This point is focus. So actually there are two types of focus. So one focus which after passing the reflected ray actually, and other focus in which reflected ray has to come from a point on the principal axis. So let's see the next focus. तो ये हमारा कॉन्वेक्स मिरर है. ये हमारा कॉन्वेक्स मिरर और कॉन्वेक्स मिरर का चूँकि कर्विंग हमारा इस राइट साइड है तो इसका सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर राइट साइड होगा C. और ये हमारा प्रिंसिपल, ये हमारा पोल है. तो हम लोग प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस ड्रॉ करेंगे. ये हमारा प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस हो गया. तो अब जैसा कि हम लोग डेफिनेशन में लिखे हैं, इंसिडेंट रेज पैरेलल टू द प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस. सो वी विल टेक इंसिडेंट रे पैरेलल टू द प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस. सो दिस इज द इंसिडेंट रे and this incident ray is parallel to the principal axis. So and one more ray I am going to take, and after reflection this ray will reflected in this direction and this ray will reflected in this direction. So now if we proceed backward it will appear to come from a point on the principal axis. Okay. So as in the convex mirror the reflected rays are reflecting from the surface of the mirror. So if we proceed backward all these reflected rays appear to come from a point on the principal axis, and this point is represented by F. So here this is the focus. So in the previous discussion we have seen that there are two types of focus. First focus, in which reflected rays really meet at a point on the principal axis, and in the second case we have seen that reflected rays are appearing to come from a point on the principal axis. So here there are two types of focus. Okay, first one is real focus and second virtual focus. Okay, so now we will write the definition of real focus and virtual focus, and write the definition of real focus and virtual focus. Now real focus. Okay, when the reflected rays really meet at a point on the principal axis, it is called real focus. Okay, so example, focus of concave mirror, and second example is focus of convex lens. So in case of lens, focus of convex lens is real focus and focus of concave mirror is real focus. We will discuss later on focus of convex lens. So now I am trying to show you the real focus by using my torch. This is my torch and I have a concave mirror. You can see the concave mirror. If we put mirror like this, so its image, its figure will be drawn like that, because able to see only this curving. Okay, so I will use this mirror to focus. So one student is there and that he is going to help me to make focus. So Gulshan, please see the spot on the writing pad. That spot is the focus of my torch. So this is the real focus, because I am using concave mirror हम इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं और इस कारण ये जो हमारा फोकस बन रहा है वो कैसा फोकस है, ये रियल फोकस है. सो स्टूडेंट्स, हमने देखा अभी रियल फोकस. अब हमारे पास यहाँ पे दूसरे तरीके का लेंस कॉन्वेक्स मिरर है और हम लोग देखेंगे कि कॉन्वेक्स मिरर का वर्चुअल फोकस होता है. तो वर्चुअल फोकस होने के वजह से हम इसका जो इमेज है, यानी फोकस का इमेज हम लोग रियली में नहीं ले सकते हैं, स्क्रीन के ऊपर नहीं ले सकते हैं, जैसा कि हम लोग पिछले केस में देखा. तो हम लोग यहाँ पे वर्चुअल फोकस के बारे में थोड़ा उसका डेफिनेशन हम लोग लिखेंगे. वर्चुअल फोकस. ओके, when the reflected rays appear to come from a point on the principal axis, it is called virtual focus. So example, focus of convex mirror and second focus of concave lens. Okay, so here this is the focus. So here this focus is virtual focus. So here this focus is virtual focus. So as why it is for virtual focus? Because the parallel rays is falling on this convex mirror. So reflected ray will spread in different directions. So they are not going to meet at a point. Because of that, proceed backward. All these reflected rays are appearing to come from a point on the focus. Because of that, it is a virtual focus. Okay. So now the next term is focal length. So we are going to define focal length. Focal length. Okay. So focal length. First of all, I am going to draw the. Okay. So here is the concave mirror, and this is the principal axis, and there is a point on the principal axis that is called center of curvature, and this is the pole, and a ray is coming parallel to the principal axis. So after reflection it will pass through focus, and this is the focus, this is the reflected ray. Distance of focus from pole of the mirror, this is called the focal length. So this distance, actually distance from here to here, this distance is called focal length. Focal length. Okay, so here we will write a definition. Distance between pole and the focus of a mirror is called focal length. It is represented by small f. So we represent focal length by small f. तो हिंदी में इसको हम लोग कहते हैं फोकसांतर। उसी तरीके से अगर हम लोग कॉन्वेक्स मिरर के लिए देखेंगे तो कॉन्वेक्स मिरर के लिए यहाँ हो जाएगा हमारा फोकल लेंथ, यहाँ से ये हमारा प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस, यहाँ हो गया C, रे कमिंग टू पैरेलल. So after reflection it will appear to come from a point on the focus. From focus, this is the focus and this is P. So here PF is equal to focal length. Focal length is equal to F. Okay, now we are going to discuss the relation between F and R. So there is a relation between focal length of spherical mirror and its radius of curvature. And what is that relation? So that relation is focal length is half of radius of curvature. Conversely, we can say that radius of curvature of a spherical mirror is twice the focal length of that mirror. So if F is the focal length and R be the radius, then F is equal to R by 2. So this is the relation between focal length and radius of curvature. Similarly, R is equal to, it will be 2F. So now we are going to establish this relation. So let's see how to establish this relation. So first we will take, I am going to take only, because my board is quite a smaller board, therefore I am going to take only one mirror. First I am going to take here concave mirror, and then I will take convex mirror, but the procedure will be same for both the concave and convex mirrors. Okay, so because of a smaller board I am going to take only one mirror here. Okay, so now let's draw the concave mirror. So this is the concave mirror, and this is concave mirror. This is the pole of the mirror here, and some here it's the center of curvature and principal axis. So as we have stated earlier that incident ray parallel to the principal axis. So this is the incident ray. Suppose this ray, name of this ray is A and B. So incident ray AB falls on the mirror at point B. Now in order to find the reflected ray, we need a normal at point B. So students, in case of curved surface, if you have to draw a normal at any point on that curved surface, you just join that point with the center of curvature. So the line joining the center of curvature and that point is the normal at that point. So I am going to explain what I am saying. So suppose here B is the point where we want a normal. So simply B join point B with the center of curvature. So after joining these 2 points here, CB will be the normal at point B. So here CB normal to the point B. So here CB is the normal, and we have studied that incident ray. So if incident ray making angle with the normal, that angle is called angle of incidence. So here this angle is angle of incidence, and we represent angle of incidence by I. So here angle ABC is the angle of incidence. Now we have studied that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection from the laws of reflection we have studied. So now we are going to draw reflected ray. Okay. So now reflected ray will be reflected at same angle but on the other side of normal. So on the above the normal it is incident ray, so below the normal reflected ray will be there, but angle of reflection will be same. So this is the angle of reflection, it is the same, and since this is the reflected ray, as this reflected ray correspond to the incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis, therefore this ray will pass through focus. So here this is the focus. So now angle here, angle ABC is equal to angle of incidence. We are going to represent angle of incidence by I, and now angle CBF, this is angle of reflection and we represent it by I. So by law of reflection, as we have studied, I is equal to R, therefore angle ABC is equal to angle CBF. So we take this relation as 1. So now I have to rub the board. So I will use this relation later on. So I am writing this equation here. Angle ABC is equal to angle CBF. So this is the relation 1. I have kept this relation here. So now we got one relation, and for the other relation, as AB is parallel to CP is the principal axis, and the ray or line CB is transversal of these two lines which are parallel. So as AB parallel to CP and CB is transversal. Therefore, angle ABC is equal to angle BCF. These two angles are alternate interior angles. So these two angles, this angle and this angle are equal. This is I. So this is why, because alternate interior angle. So this is equation 2, and if we compare equation 1 and equation 2, we can find here, okay, here ABC is angle BCF, and here also ABC is equal to CBF. Comparing equation 1 and equation 2, we will get, you can see here, this is the ABC is equal to angle CBF, and here ABC is equal to BCF. So from 1 and 2 we got angle BCF is equal to angle CBF. And now let's see these two angles in the triangle. Here angle BCF, this angle, and is equal to CBF. So in this triangle CFB, two angles are equal. It means their corresponding sides must be equal. It means triangle FCB is an isosceles triangle. Okay, so therefore triangle FCB is an isosceles triangle, and in isosceles triangles, side opposite to equal angles are equal. It means side opposite these two angle I is equal to angle R. So side opposite to angle I is, it will be FB. Therefore FB will be equal to this angle, side opposite to angle R is CF. So it will be FC or CF. So let this equation be 1, A. This equation is A. Okay, so now we will use equation A, and let's see one more thing. As in our day-to-day life, for the experiment purpose, we use a mirror of smaller aperture. So here point B, for the mirror of a smaller aperture, this point B is very, very closer to point P. So we can write as point B is close to point P. So in that case, this FB can be equal to FP. It is approximately equal, it is not exactly equal. So we can write, so using this value in equation A, I am going to use this result in equation A. Here FB is equal to FP. So this FB can be replaced by PF. So it will be FP is equal to FC. And now take this equation as B. Now we will take the radius of curvature of the mirror. So now radius of curvature PC. So this PC can be written as PF plus FC, and you can see here in equation B, this Fc is equal to Fp. So this Fc is Fp, so we can replace this Fc by Fp. So now Pc will be Pf plus Fp, and this can be written as 2Pf and 2Pf is Pf is F, so it is 2F, and Pc is R, so R is equal to 2F. We got the relation. And similarly, if we take 2 on the left side, it will be F is equal to R by 2. This is the relation. So this way we have proved the relation.